Hello, my name is Wong Kueng Hui. I'm 29 years old. I'm from Keningau, Sabah, and I'm a former stateless before. So in 2017, I fly from KK, moved to KL just to fight for my citizenship because government denied my citizenship in 2019, if I'm not mistaken. So I bring it to the court and we won 3 stages of court. And I recently get my IC last 2 years. And now I'm an activist and I form NGOs with my other activist friends. And also I'm a member of a political party which is Muda.
First question. Growing up stateless, here in Malaysia, you face limitations in education, healthcare, and if I'm not mistaken, from the stories I've heard, even fear of being caught from the authorities. So how did you cope, mentally with knowing that you were different, you're not the same as others, but you are in fact sama macam orang lain. So like, did these challenges, shape your outlook on resilience?
Okay, first of all, when I realized that I'm a stateless, I'm a different from others, that I knew that my life is tougher than other person. So I set my mind that my mindset need to be strongest than the others. Okay, if not, no one gonna able to help me. So that's the number one. So of course it's very hard to have grew up have no rights, and I'm always worrying that I will get caught by the authorities. This is the first most worries. Even though sudah pernah kena tangkap a few times, but luckily I managed it lah. And second, which is access to the healthcare. These two, that's more I very worried about, because as a stateless, you cannot access to the healthcare. So you really, it's very important that you need to take a good care of your mental health and the physical health. And along the way, I met a different type of person in my life. Okay, a different background. So this kind of person give a good support to me. That I can say I'm quite lucky that I have a very positive surrounding that always give me moral support. Especially, I want to shout out to my lawyer, Aijan Omar. He's not just be my lawyer. He also be my good comrade, good brothers. Every time that I'm my lowest point, he always be there to make sure that I'm okay. Especially my mental health kan. So he will give a very good support lah, whenever and whatever I need.
So like, many men are often expected to bear their struggles in silence. Lelaki ni kadang kita dianggap untuk hadapi segala ujian tu dengan macam tu je. So how did you cope with your struggles, emotional and mental strain, aside from the fact that you had good companions? Macam mungkin ada masa yang Wong rasa sedikit overwhelmed ke kan, mesti ada kan, like macam maybe let's say this time around no one is around, the good people around you tak available. So aside from that, what are the things that made you help you to persevere?
Of course, sometimes we feel overwhelming, and then the public's perception, I think, when men facing a struggle, when of course people will feel like what you call a burnout and anything, when they want to try to speak up, and then public will say like, be a man, don't be a P, man up. I feel this is a toxic feminine. Yeah. At the end of the day, we're a human being. We have a feeling, we have an emotion. We need to embrace the emotion. And like my personal journey, I always find a person that I trust to share that what I feel. Okay, for example, I have a friends. I go talk to him not just for asking for, for the solution that the struggle that I face, but just need a person that listen to me, listen to me. So I think from the start, people can start just talking to each other, to the person that they trust lah, and after that maybe they can slowly build up to more talk openly, because when you like luahkan perasaan kepada orang, you feel more release. So it's help your mental health a lot. And from start openly, this is a powerful, I think it's a powerful step lah for seeking for the, not seeking, I mean like for the better mental health, if I may say that. Yeah.
So early, we talk about your lack of access to healthcare, being one of the main difficulties that you face those years. So bila susah nak dapatkan healthcare ni kan, so how did it impact your physical health and even your sense of security? Contoh like for example, orang lain mungkin demam, pergi klinik apa, dapat ubat in 1 day, 2 days, maybe dah sihat. You didn't have that. Maybe let's say you sakit lagi lama ke apa ke, because men sometimes also kita macam tak ada apa ni, sakit biasa je, men kan. So macam sometimes kita lupa physical health tu pun actually is very important. So what is it?
Okay. If I may, I just share a bit of, this is what I always heard from my woman friends lah. When a woman fall sick, for example, the mom lah, contoh, they still can wake up and do work and walk around, But when men demam, they're gonna baring all day. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know, is it true or not? But this is tip. I mean, the often that we see lah kan. Let me share about my story, which is I'm very insecure about my healthcare. So I very take a good care of my physical health and mental health during I was stateless lah, because I know that if something happened to me, it's not easy for me to access the healthcare. If I have access, I need to pay a bit expensive than the others Malaysian, and I don't have that such of money. Okay, but luckily when I was still struggling on my citizenship, nothing that bad happened to me. Adalah demam sikit, lepas tu go to makan Panadol, okay. Nothing. I also haven't involving such of like a serious incident or what. But after I get my citizenship, so from that suddenly I have a health issue lah. I got warded a few times in a hospital, but lucky I have my citizenship, so not that bad lah. I have access. But let me share a story recently this year during Ramadan. After buka puasa, the small accident happened to me, so I need go to the hospital to get a treatment. So during the hospital, at the hospital, we need to register, right? Need to register before you get a treatment. So in front of me got a guy that just get a serious motorcycle accident. So half of the body are scratched. It's very bad. Okay. So during the register, we need to show our ID. So the guy said, my IC long time ago already disappeared. Okay. So I have no ID. So in my mind, is no way you said like sudah lama hilang, because when Malaysian have IC hilang, you can go to police station, make a report, and then go to the JPN straight away, apply for the new IC, and then they will give a new IC. It's not that difficult. Okay, so I suspect maybe this guy have a documentation problem. Okay, the most surprisingly, when the officer in the hospital told him, go get your IC first and then come back. Okay, it's happened in front of me, and it's a government hospital. I don't want to mention which hospital is it. I was like, if I'm still a stateless, this is gonna happen to me. But this is happened in front of me, but other people. So you see, you know what I mean, get a serious injured and then they still go to find the IC and then come back to get a treatment. And also what happened in Sabah, which is the Bajau community, the children get sick and then they bring to the hospital, and then the hospital asking before give you a treatment, can you pay for the bill and this amount. If you're able to pay, then we give you the treatment. So you see, I'm quite lucky enough because I had not gonna face this kind of situation. But imagine you fall sick, you're gonna get a treatment, and then you're facing this kind of difficulty, and it's gonna affect your mental health. Or let's, for example, if they give you a treatment, and then you still need to think about the payment of the bill is gonna affect your mental, where are you gonna find the money and all. At the end of the day, we don't know what's gonna happen to them.
Might as well maybe dia terfikir, baik aku tak payah datang sini kan, duit pun tak ada. So and then he ended up being more sick.
Yes, this is how disappointed our healthcare system in our country. Maybe we can improve much more better than this lah.
So I think you mentioned 2 years ago that you received your IC and citizenship, right? So what was it like after finally gaining your IC after all those very hard years? How did it affect yourself emotionally, physically, or were you happy? Did you find macam satu identity baru ke? Sebab macam dah lama, for years you've been like, I want that, and now that you've got it, what was it like?
It feel like, when I granted my citizenship, it's like, imagine that you carry a lot of burden on your shoulders. Suddenly you just like throw it out, relief. You finally don't need to carry the burden. But another things that come into your life, which is responsibility. Okay, when I get my citizenship, I feel like, okay, what this IC meaning for me? I just can get my IC, do a passport, travel around the world, earn money, and have a family, and then have a child, and then like a normal people. But I grew up, I faced these kind of challenges, and then I see the operation happen in my eye, that even though I get the citizenship, but the issue haven't solved yet. So it's sense of responsibility for me to since the rights is returned to me for the long time that it's been taken away, so this is the time for me to use my rights to help other people, that those facing similar challenges. Not just that. So I can use my rights to build a better Malaysia for all.
It's very noble of you, because like you mentioned, you could have just, okay, I've got my IC, now I'm going to live my life like everyone else, build a career, etc. But you just couldn't look away from the struggles, right? You feel the need to help others, because I think this, the issue that you advocated for, not even in Malaysia, not many are aware of those issues, right?
Yeah.
So how do, just maybe share a little bit, the decision to take on these responsibilities, and then joining Muda, and then establishing Mandiri as well, basically empowering young Malaysians and advocate for democratic rights, for the people's right. So apart from responsibility that you mentioned just now, do you think that maybe while you're doing this is like somewhat like your healing process, like macam mengubati the old you, in helping others, like maybe you hope that your work here right now inspire young boys and men as well?
I don't know whether I should use the healing process or not, because like I said kan, like before my right is taken away, so I have no right to joining any political party. I have no right to form of any organization. So I have no rights to going to the street to protest. So now I have the rights. I have the rights. I just use my all rights to do whatever I can to help those people that needed help. So like I try all the capacity I have, which is I joining a political party, which is Muda, and then at the same time, me and others, my friends, activist friends that all the way supporting me, like Amir Hadi, he's a very amazing activist, which is he's the one to inspire me to become an activist, because I see him before. He's a very loud, a very cool young activist, so he's inspired me. So we are form that NGOs that also want to empowering other youth in participant in democratic system in our country. In Muda and in Mandiri, me and other friends not just advocating about stateless. Like we have a few amazing activists in party and also in the Mandiri. We have Amir, we have Nobby. In Muda we have people like Rashifa, that are amazing activists. So we hope in this platform we can inspire more the youth or the student to advocate the issue, or they can advocate about the fighting for their rights. Yeah, not just like me itself. I advocating about stateless, MS63, our education system, and our police brutality. So I hope in the future generation there is continuously advocating this kind of issue, or they can contribute for the better Malaysia.
So I just want to take back to men's mental health and physical health. As you mentioned also just now, there's been always like a perception by the community, that society often expect men to be strong, pillars of strength. Reflecting on your journey, how do you view these expectations, especially given your history, and how is it, do you think that it is crucial for men to recognize and confront their struggles? Like, do you encourage maybe your male friends or even men in general to break silence, jangan mendiam, share with others, and speak to others as a step towards a better mental and physical health?
So society often expect men to be pillar of strength, right? But we cannot forget that we are the human being. Like I said, we are a human being. We have a feeling, we have an emotion. So sometimes we need to embrace that feeling. If it's okay to be sad, it's okay men to cry. So we need to break the stereotype, like hey, man up, hey, man, don't be a pea. For example, this is a very sexist remark that I don't agree at all. I mean, like, we are the human being, we have a feeling. It's not like, okay, a woman okay to be sad, but man cannot. It's like very toxic feminine. So in my circle, I always tells my friends that if I have a problem, come share to us. So like we especially in Mandiri, we create a safe place to our members, our team, that if you have a problem, come speak to us. So I think that in society we need to change the perception first. The second, we need to create a safe place for everyone, not just men but also women, for them to speak up. Because I encourage them to, we need to break the silence, because how many we can see in the news that how many people committed suicide just because their mental health, they are, how to say, malu untuk meminta pertolongan, so I think we need to break this stereotype, break this cycle. And I believe it's crucial for men to acknowledge their struggle rather than hide it.
It's almost like a taboo, right?
Yeah.
Everything that you have a problem, that you're weak, it's almost like a taboo. So last question, I think when if you were to advise, I think it would be a really good advice. Because why? Because you out of all people knows maybe the true meaning of stress, the true meaning of anxiety, because of your experience, So maybe when someone who's who heard your story and think like, oh, this guy managed to do this, do that, his life was much way worse than mine, but he can be like this, so why can't I? So like just your final words based on your life experience and whatever you want to say, what do you have to say for men, young men or even boys, as we focus on this month where we acknowledge and support men's mental health and physical health?
Okay, I just want to share, like, some of people see that I might strong, but actually I'm not that strong enough. Sometimes I'm in my lowest point, and what I did in my lowest point, I just cry. Okay, if I feel I want to cry, I just cry. If I want to feel like I want to find someone to talk, I will find someone to talk to. Someone I cry in front of my friends, but yeah, like I said, we create a safe place. So when I cry in front of my friend, no one will judge me. Okay, so I think in the outside we need to more have this kind of create a new safe place. And also solidarity is the key. Okay, don't underestimate the power of the solidarity. So supporting each other openly, and especially during their tough time, is a very, very, very helpful. So yeah, in November is a reminder for everyone out there, especially a man. So don't be shy to speak up, talk openly about it, and remember they are not going through this alone. We are all in this together.